Well, let's check it out. I just got this brand new drum set from Donner. We're gonna unbox it and we're gonna compare it against my other drum set that I have from them, which is the DED 200. So let's go ahead and open this puppy up, see what we got. Look how nicely this is packed. And if you don't have a lot of experience putting something like this together, you could go step by step with the instructions. So as I'm unboxing this, I just noticed this on the rack. It seems like they have cable management right inside the rack, which means instead of having cables kind of like wrapped around on the outside of everything all over the place, you're just gonna be able to plug right into these ports and all your cables will be hidden. If that's the case, that's gonna be really awesome. So I don't have her wired up yet, and I just want to share some of my initial thoughts. First of all, definitely an upgrade from the DED 200. The actual drums themselves are thicker, they have a shell versus these are much thinner. The rack itself, even though this rack is pretty solid, this rack is even more so. So it's even sturdier, it's all metal. Another big difference is the cymbals are actually cymbal stands. These are real cymbal stands, where the stands on here are, more kind of custom to the kit, but those are real drum cymbal stands. A couple of other big upgrades. So on this kit, if you notice, all the drums are the same. They're still mesh, so they still feel good, but it's all the same size. On this kit, we got a bigger snare drum. And the tom-toms are the same size, but they're smaller. The module actually hooks right onto the stem, so it doesn't take up any real estate on the actual bar, which is kind of nice. The bass drum here is also mesh, where this one's more rubber. Another big upgrade are these clamps, the way this is clamped on. These clamps unscrew and will actually kind of clamshell, they open up. Whereas these clamps, you have to kind of loosen up, take everything apart and slide them on. So that's a little bit harder, and honestly, these are a little bit more sturdy the way it's designed. So this is the way a clamp is usually done on like a more heavy duty rack. So definitely an upgrade with the hardware. Okay, so the next step will be to wire this puppy up and try it out. Okay, so now I got it all wired up. Let's take a quick look. So first thing that I noticed is this module doesn't have any wires coming out of it. Everything hooks up right here on the base and all the wiring is inside this tube. The only wires that we see are this power supply, and I have an out here that's going out to a speaker. If we move over here, again, this is what I was talking about. So all of these modules plug with these short wires right into all of these inputs that are built right into the rack, which makes the cable management so much better. So instead of cables tangled all around everything, but very, very minimal. And we got the same situation on the other side as well. Another thing that's really cool here is this ride cymbal, which is different than the other kit, has two separate inputs. So one's for the bell and one's for the meat of the cymbal. So you'll have two different sounds there. Okay, let's fire her up and see what happens. So I'm just gonna hit the power here. Wow, so you got a nice big LED display. There's not a lot of analog knobs, everything's digital. All right, let's do some playing. So we have a practice setting. Effects is probably gonna add reverb and things like that. Drum kits toggles your drum kit like this. System preferences, the editor, and recording. So that's cool that that's built right into the head. We just gotta see exactly how all these things work. All right, so there's no doubt that the Beat series is a big upgrade from the DED 200 right here, which is still a great little drum set. I mean, it's great for students, it's great for teaching. I've even done some videos on it, but this set feels a lot more like a professional level set. And this brain is a lot more powerful. I mean, you could really get in there and start tuning all the drums and messing with the timbre and messing with the pitch, dampening it, doing all kinds of things on every individual instrument. So here's the snare drum, here's the tom, there's the cymbal, and it just changes to whatever it is that you hit. Now we could get in there, we can muffle, we can pan, we can mess with the tuning, we can EQ, we can mess with the treble, mids, bass. So I mean, I don't see why you couldn't use this kit to do like sessions, like real professional recording sessions. These are your volume controls, and again, it's all LED. So I mean, look at all the effects that you could add, and this is on every individual instrument. So you could do just a snare and add reverb, do compressors. It's really awesome how deep, and that's just on that one cymbal. So I mean, we could get in here and mess with the EQ on the entire kit and dial in exactly what drum sound we want. In practice mode over here, look at this, we could practice rudiments, We could play along to grooves. We could play along to songs with or without drums. But if I just tapped on rudiments, look at this. We could pick out whatever rudiments we want to pick out. Let's do flam taps. And there they come up. Now, as you play this, I can't hold the phone and play it, but as we play through it, it's actually going to give you a metronome, and it's going to, now when it goes red, that means you missed. Okay, so I'm not playing anything, so everything's missing. But you see, when things are black, that means I hit it in the right spot, and it's giving you your score. So when you nail it, it's going to diminish from 100%, which is awesome. So it's like it gamifies it. So you can sit there and you can actually really make sure your rudiments are accurate if you're practicing that way. I love that. That is absolutely phenomenal. On the back, we also have an SD card slot. We have a USB MIDI audio. We have a MIDI out if you want to send the MIDI out. Yeah, and here's just a regular stereo right-left or left mono, which is what I'm using. And then there's your power and your DC. So I mean, very, very simple and compact. Okay, so those are some of the positives. What are some of the negatives? Well, a couple of negatives I've noticed is, first of all, it doesn't come with a seat, and it doesn't come with headphones like the other one did. But my assumption is, like any drum set, when you start getting into the more professional lines, you're not getting things like a seat and a set of headphones with it. Certainly not a deal breaker for me because I have plenty of seats and I have plenty of headphones, so it doesn't really make a difference to me. On the plus side, all of these mesh heads are tunable with a drum key, so you can actually tighten and loosen them, which really gives you more of like a tom-tom versus a snare drum feel. I love the mesh head on the bass drum. Honestly, feels really good. Bass drum pedal is pretty good. I mean, it's not like the most advanced pedal I've ever seen, but it, it feels nice and smooth. I don't love the hi-hat. Yeah, if you notice, I put a weight there so it doesn't fly away on the floor. But I wish that they would create a real hi-hat situation with two cymbals that actually came together. That is one big downside, and even the other set has it like that also. Something I wish Donner would update. Maybe on their more advanced models they do have that. But I think all drum sets at this level kind of have the same situation where it's a standalone pedal and it works in conjunction with the hi-hat on top. I just like the feeling of two things coming together. I feel like when you're practicing, that's an important feeling to practice. And it kind of feels a little weird not having that hi-hat. I miss it a little bit. The cymbals are great. They choke. Means you could hit it and choke it, stop it. But this one does have the dual zone. So this has the bell and the meat. And all the drums have separate rim sounds as well. But all in all, what you get for the money, it's a pretty solid kit. I mean, the rack is solid, feels great to play, and it is like night and day. I mean, playing this kit versus the other drum set, this one feels a lot more high-end. Now, I'm an acoustic guy. I love my acoustic drums. But I feel like even I could jump on this set and get a practice session in and feel really good about it. Or if I had to do a recording and I didn't want to deal with getting drum sounds or anything like that, I could bring Superior Drummer right into the brain here and dial up any sounds I want. But honestly, some of the sounds that are native to that module are pretty great. And you could get in there and tweak them. You can mess with them, which is everything. So all in all, it's a great drum set. So let me know what you think of this Donner Beat Series drum set in the comments. And if you like videos like this where I'm doing reviews, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. And if it just so happens that you're catching this video when I release it around Thanksgiving time, Donner is offering some great Black Friday deals, so check out the link in the description. Thanks for checking out the video, and I'll see you on the next one.